Hello and welcome. Today we'll be discussing the various options and requirements for installing Auto Shutdown Manager. I'll also share some tips and tricks to help you optimize the setup process. The product download includes several key components already. Additional components can be added later if needed. In this video, we will focus on the installation of the main product. Additional add-ons, such as the Wake on LAN portals and Java-based Wake on LAN proxies, will be covered in separate videos. After the installation, you will have access to all key features for a 45-day trial period at no cost. Additionally, our support team is available to assist you with any questions during the setup process and beyond, also free of charge. The product is available as an MSI file compatible with all Windows versions that support Microsoft .NET Framework 4 and newer. Please note that the product is not yet available on the Microsoft Store. We strongly recommend downloading the product directly from our website. It is available as a self-extracting exe file or as an MSI file. That's all you need to get started. Right after installation, you'll have 45 days to fully trial the product. Afterwards, if you wish to purchase licenses, they are available online for smaller quantities. For orders of 50 or more licenses, please contact us directly as we offer volume-based discounts. Additional discounts are available for educational institutions and government entities. Now, let's discuss the basic installation process for a server or a standalone setup. The installation is straightforward. The only requirement is administrative rights on the PC where you intend to install the software. Begin the installation and follow the on-screen instructions. Once installed, look for the green icon in your system tray. It means Auto Shutdown Manager is up and running. Can't see it? No worries. It might be in the hidden icons. Just click the upward arrow to reveal it. To access the tool, simply double-click the green icon or right-click to select Open Auto Shutdown Manager from the menu. No default password is set initially. Simply click Continue to proceed. Now that the product is installed, let's move on to the client-server configuration. If a PC is designated as an Auto Shutdown Manager server, the hub for power management settings, reports, licenses, Wake on LAN schedules and more, it is essential to activate server mode. By default, it begins listening for client connections on TCP port 8088, with the firewall automatically configured to permit these connections. Should you need to change the port number, please ensure the firewall settings are adjusted accordingly. On the client PCs, there's no need to adjust the firewall settings. Next, let's ensure the server operates 24/7. To achieve this, open the Timer tab and disable the idle shutdown timer if it isn't already disabled. You may also deactivate the events that are displayed for testing or debugging purposes, as they are not needed for normal operation. Instead of running the server 24/7, you can also operate it in an on-demand mode. In this setup, the server is awakened either by the built-in scheduler or via Wake on LAN by the first client that starts in the morning. The server remains active as long as clients are connected. After the last client disconnects in the evening, the server will wait for the configured idle time before it shuts down or enters standby mode to save energy. This special setup will not be covered in this video. However, our support team is available to assist you with setting up this mode if you wish. Now let's set up a database. This step is optional, but it offers many advantages, such as the ability to produce reports. Please note that some features like asset management require a database to function properly. Without it, they will not work at all. If you already have Microsoft SQL Server, either the full or Express edition running, you're ready for the next step. If not, visit Microsoft's website to download the latest SQL Server Express Edition and SQL Management Studio for database management and configuration. Both are available for free. Now open Microsoft SQL Management Studio. Under Connections, make sure that Allow Remote Connections to this server is enabled. This is required if the SQL Server is not installed on the same PC as the Auto Shutdown Manager server. Next, right-click on the server to open its properties. Here, enable the SQL Server in Windows Authentication mode. This step is crucial for allowing Auto Shutdown Manager to communicate with the SQL Server. Next, navigate to Security and then to Logins. Create a new database login by entering a login name and password of your choice. Don't forget to switch the authentication method to SQL Server Authentication. Now navigate to Databases and create a new database. Enter a name of your choice and select the previously created database login as the database owner. This is the final step. Now you can close the Management Studio. Back in the Auto Shutdown Manager, open the Management Console and navigate to Client Monitor. From there, open the Database Settings tab. Now, enter the data you created in the previous steps, the SQL Server location, the database name, the database login for the user ID, and the password. Finally, click on Test and Save to verify the connection works properly and to save the settings. And that's it. The database has been successfully connected. Our next topics will cover how the server address can be provisioned to clients during or after deployment, and which deployment methods are supported. But before we discuss mass client deployments and provisioning, there's one very important step to complete. First, we need to create a basic settings group for all incoming clients. Later you can create additional groups with tailored settings as needed. Clients can then be assigned to these groups either manually or through full automation. To start, navigate to Groups and Settings and create a new group. Rename it Default Group. In the lower part of the screen, you will find all available setting categories. For better visibility, zoom out on the Settings panel. The default group is initially configured to take no action, no shutdowns, no display management, and so on. It serves as a clean slate for all clients, containing only essential information such as the current server data. From this point, clients will be transitioned to their designated groups as needed. To start, let's add a brief description to summarize the settings plan for clarity and reference. Next, navigate to the Administration settings and enter a password to secure all settings on the clients. Under Control Tray icon, uncheck the option Show Tray icon on clients in this group. This action will completely hide the application icon and the program group from the clients, ensuring that users are not disturbed or puzzled by the new tool, as they won't see it. Scroll down to customize the shutdown warning window. If you intend to display a warning message to users before the system shuts down, which is configurable under the General menu, this is the section for customization. It's advisable to include your company name and support contact information in the message. This informs users that the service is a legitimate and friendly provision from your company. Navigate to the Timer menu and uncheck every available option. This ensures that clients within the default group will not be shut down by Auto Shutdown Manager. Next, navigate to the Network menu. Check Register to the server to ensure clients are recognized by the server. Check Auto Reconnect if connection lost to maintain continuous connectivity. Enter the server's DNS name or if DNS resolution issues occur, the IP address. Check Fix Wake on LAN if you plan to use Wake on LAN to activate clients. Uncheck Accept Secure Remote Connections. Leave all other settings at their default values. Navigate to the Application menu. Uncheck Enable Application Detection and check Delete all other applications on clients. Repeat the same procedure with the counters settings in the next menu item. Let's head over to the Protocol menu. If you need to log the up and down times of clients in the default group, simply check Enable Protocol. Please remember, this feature should only be used if it aligns with your company's employee policies. Always make sure that enabling this logging is compliant with your organization's privacy and policy guidelines. For those interested in tracking costs and the carbon footprint, you can input the relevant figures provided by your energy supplier right here. Moving on to the next step, navigate to the Time Rules menu. First, uncheck the Enable Time Rules option. Then, make sure to check the box for Delete all other time rules on clients. This ensures a clean setup. Finally, let's adjust the settings in the General menu. Navigate to the General menu and set the options as outlined for the following categories: General Settings, Display Settings, Default Shutdown Options. Scroll down and uncheck the options for Run Application at Startup and Run Application before Shutdown. Scroll to Definitions for saving open MS Office documents before shutdown. Select all options that align with your organization's operational needs and data integrity policies. Even though there won't be automatic shutdowns for the default group, it is a good practice to have these options enabled. Now that you've completed configuring the settings for the default group, it's time to finalize the changes. First, minimize the Setting Details panel by clicking on the Minimize button. This will return you to the main overview screen. Click on the Accept Changes button to apply and save all the adjustments you've made. Now, for the final step in setting up the default group. Navigate to Network Clients and click on the Auto Group Assignment tab. Here, select the default group to activate it. This completes the setup of your default group. The server is now ready for clients to connect. Let's shift our focus to the client deployment methods and provisioning. It is essential to inform the clients that a server is ready for them to connect. There are two ways to provision the server address. The first method involves creating a server info file with the server address on the first line and the TCP port number on the second line. This file must be stored on the same network share from which the Auto Shutdown Manager.msi is deployed. The second method is to include the parameters server and port during the deployment process. Both methods allow the client to automatically connect to the server and be assigned to the default group. For client deployment, we use the same Auto Shutdown Manager.msi file that is utilized for server installation. This ensures consistency across all installations. You have the flexibility to use any deployment tools and methods that best fit your needs, including Group Policy Objects, Microsoft Endpoint Manager, formerly known as SCCM, and others. For those who prefer step-by-step guidance, we've developed a comprehensive manual specifically for deploying via Group Policy Objects. This PDF is available for download in the Downloads section of our website. In cases where client computers restart with a default image that overwrites the operating system and all applications, there's a challenge. Auto Shutdown Manager clients will lose their identity and settings each time they reboot. However, there are three viable solutions to this issue. First, if your system allows, exclude the Auto Shutdown Manager installation folder from being overwritten. This preserves the client's settings and identity. Second, if exclusion isn't possible, you can manually adjust the Auto Shutdown Manager configuration file in your master image. Simply overwrite the UID value with zeros, maintaining the existing format. This configuration instructs the server to identify clients by their names instead of using the UID. Third, the best and easiest option is to utilize local data storage that isn't affected by the re-imaging process. If available, add the local data path to the Auto Shutdown Manager config file on your master image to ensure continuity. For more detailed guidance, refer to the step-by-step description available in the manual. Let's dive into troubleshooting missing power-saving options like standby and hibernation. A frequent problem is the absence of original display drivers from the graphics card vendor. This issue is especially prevalent on servers using standard Windows drivers, which fail to support power-saving modes like standby or hibernation. A simple fix is to install the native drivers directly from the graphics card vendor. If the issue persists, it may be due to BIOS settings, outdated firmware, or a hardware failure. Remember, resolving these issues not only saves energy but also keeps your system running smoothly. For more details, our comprehensive support team is always ready to assist you. And that brings us to the end of our presentation. Excited to see Auto Shutdown Manager in action? We invite you to take advantage of our free 45-day trial. Experience firsthand how it can enhance your IT environment, save energy, and optimize operations. Download it today from our website and start your journey towards a more efficient and sustainable setup. Thank you for your time and attention. We look forward to supporting you and hearing about your successes with Auto Shutdown Manager.